Hi, I'm Jake, and I'm an actuarial intern at Aviva. Aviva is an international insurance company. Aviva is the largest general insurer in the UK, and they're also a leading life and pensions provider. During my internship, I've been based here in their York office, but they also have offices in Norwich, Bristol, London, and a few other locations around the country. During my internship, I've been placed in a reporting team, so it's our team's job to produce balance sheets. Now, a balance sheet is something that shows our assets offsetting our liabilities. Now, assets are anything that has value, shows where our money is with the company, whereas a liability is something that could cost the company money if a policyholder makes a claim. The asset side of a balance sheet is relatively easy to calculate because you're just adding up all the value of everything you own, whereas liabilities are basically predictions on how much you will have to pay in the future. Obviously, we can't use exact data to calculate that, so we use models to predict how much money we'll have to pay out in the future. The company produces balance sheets every quarter based on the latest data available. These quarterly reporting periods are generally the busiest time of year because there's very little time to do quite a bit of work. Year-end especially is the busiest time of year because our results have to get sent out to the market. But even after we've sent out our base results, there's extra work to do. So this year I've been involved in what we call stresses. So this is where we put our base balance sheet through a load of economic or demographic scenarios to basically see how that would change our base position. So for example, how would a change in interest rates affect our assets, or how would people living longer affect our liabilities? Going from uni life to work life at first was quite a shock, but I wouldn't say it took very long to get used to. At first there was quite a steep learning curve because the team used a lot of spreadsheets and I had to learn how to use them and how they all link together. But everyone in the team's been really helpful and there was plenty of support available if I needed it. An advantage of working at Aviva this year has been the flexibility on working hours. So there's no rigid 9 to 5 that we're supposed to work. We're just expected to get all our work done. So this means during quarterly reporting periods where I was busier, I'd end up working a few more hours each day. But outside of these reporting periods, I'd be free to take shorter days or leave early on a Friday if I wanted to go home for the weekend. There's also the advantage that you can take holidays whenever you want. You're not restricted to university holidays. But as you've probably been told with placements, the biggest change is going from a student loan to having a monthly salary. Would I recommend a placement? Definitely. Having a year's worth of real-world experience to talk about in a graduate job interview is invaluable. There's no getting around the fact that placement applications are hard though, and you will get rejected multiple times, but each of those rejections is just an opportunity to learn from your mistakes, and I'll be honest, I don't think I would have got this job without learning from all the mistakes I made in prior applications. But it's not just about this job. In a few months I'll be applying for grad roles, and having that knowledge of the application process will put me at a massive advantage compared to somebody who doesn't. So even if you go through the process and don't get a placement, don't feel it was all for nothing, because you'll still have that experience when you come to apply for graduate roles. Hope you found this video useful and it gave you some insight into what it's like to be an actuarial intern at Aviva or just a placement student in general.